Good day, everyone. Welcome to Sir VJ's Math Class. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let's have first a short drill. Draw a line to match the 3D objects to their 2D lookalikes. Number 1. Cube. What is the 2D object matched with the cube? The answer, square. Number 2, rectangular prism. What is the 2D object that matches rectangular prism? The answer, rectangle. Number 3, triangular prism. What is the 2D object that matches the triangular prism? The answer is triangle. Number 4, hexagonal prism. What is the 2D object that matches hexagonal prism? The answer, hexagon. And the last, sphere. What's the 2D object that matches with the sphere? The answer is circle. Very good. Now, let's have a short activity about our previous lesson. We need to encircle the letter of the correct answer. Number 1, what is the correct letter of the given illustration? Very good. The answer is letter B, hexagon. Number 2, what is the correct answer for the illustration? Right, the answer is cylinder. Number 3, what is the letter of the correct answer for the illustration? Exactly, the answer is letter C, cube. Number 4, what is the correct answer for the illustration? Nice, the answer is letter C, diamond. Number 5, what is the correct answer for the illustration? Very good, letter A, cone. It seems you really understand our previous lesson. Very good. Now, let's have another activity. Name the shapes this house is made of. Look at the house. Will you name all the shapes that you see? Let's start. The roof of the house is what kind of figure? The answer is triangle. Very good. Next, the doorknob. What kind of figure? Correct. It's a circle. Another one. The door in the wall of the house is what kind of figure? Right, it's a rectangle. Next, how about the window? What kind of figure? Exactly, it's a square. Very good, class. To continue our lesson, let's have a short game. This is entitled Guess Me. Class, you need to identify what kind of figure is being described. Are you ready, class? Very good. Let's start. Number 1, I have 0 sides. I have 0 vertices. I am round. What is the answer? The answer is circle. Very good. Number 2, I have 4 sides. My sides are equal. I have 4 vertices. Who am I? The answer is a square. Right. Number 3, I have 3 sides. My sides are not always the same. I have 3 vertices. Who am I? Exactly, it's a triangle. Next, I am a solid figure. I have no faces or edges. I am round. Who am I? Right, it's a sphere. Next, a solid three-dimensional object that has circular base joined to a point by a curved side. Who am I? Awesome! It's a cone. Very good, class. These figures has a relation in our lesson for today. Now, we are going to talk about differentiate solid figures from planed figures. Let's have a problem opener. VJ went to SM City toy store and this is where he found. Let us name them one by one. A ball, a robot, a red car, 2 pieces of dice, an airplane, a toy block, playing card, and a receipt. So these are the toys that he found when he went to SM City Toy Store. Class, are you familiar with these toys? Okay, very good. Before we further go on in our lesson, let's first answer these following questions. Today, are children allowed to go malling or to play in arcade? Exactly. Children are not allowed to go for malling because of the virus. What are you going to do after playing with your toys? Yes, you need to wash your hand with soap and sanitize with alcohol. Very good. Now, let us analyze the problem. We need to use the first step plan to solve the problem. Number 1, understand. Letter A, what is asked? Letter B, what are given facts? The answer for letter A, the hidden question is, what are those toys figure belong? For letter B, the given are red car, 2 dice, an airplane, a robot, a ball, a playing card, a toy block, and a receipt. Number 2, plan. We need to use the definition to identify the plane and the solid figures. Number 3, solve. Plane figures are closed figures whose points lie on the same surface. They are flat and have only 2 dimensions, the length and the width. Example, square, triangle, circle, rectangle. Solid figures are 3-dimensional figures that have length, width, and height. Example, sphere, cube, rectangular prism, cone, and pyramid. Number 4, check. Observe again the figures in the picture. Okay, the receipt, the face of a card have only 2 dimensions, length and width. Therefore, they are plane figures. And the ball, toy car, toy plane, dice, robot, and toy block and have 3 dimensions. These are the length, width, and height. Therefore, they are solid figures. What is a planed figure? A planed figure is 2-dimensional figure which possesses an area but the volume of this figure is 0. The examples of planed figures are square, circle, rectangle, triangle. Planed figures can be drawn on a paper. The unit of area of a planed figure is a square of unit of length. The study of plane figures is called plane geometry. What is a solid figure? The three-dimensional figures are called solid figures. These figures have a surface area as well as a volume. These figures can be drawn on a paper. The examples of solid figures are cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder. Let us watch this video. Are you ready, class? Okay, let us watch this and listen carefully. Let us learn different shapes together. Some shapes are flat. These are what we call 2D shapes. Examples: square, circle, triangle, rectangle, hexagon. Some shapes are solid. You can hold them in your hand. These are what we called solid figure or 3D shape. Here are the examples: sphere, cube, cone, cylinder, pyramid, prism. It can be tricky to draw solid shapes in a paper or in a screen. When you draw a solid shape, it might show not only one face, or may light shine on it, or have a shadow. That's how you know that it's a solid. Look at the shape. Look at this shape, which is flat. This shape is flat. The other shape is solid. Flat shapes and solid shapes. Flat shapes do not take up space. Thus the envelope is a flat shape, and so is clock. Solid shapes do not take up space. Thus ball is a solid shape, and so the ice cream cone. Here are the examples of flat and solid shapes: circle, sphere, square, cube, rectangle, rectangular prism, triangle, pyramid. Let's try. Are the shapes flat or solid? The shape is solid. Is the shape flat or solid? The shape is flat. Good work. Let us have your first activity sheet. You need to cut the above graphics and glue them under the suitable categories. All of you will receive a printed materials that you need to cut the pictures and paste them in their proper group of shapes. Are you ready, class? Okay, you may start. The circle is a plane figure. Very good. A pyramid is a solid figure. Right. A cube is a solid figure. Very good. A square is a plane figure. Exactly. Next. Rectangle. It is also a plane figure. Very good. Next. A cylinder. It's a solid figure. Right. Next. A triangle is also a plane figure. Correctly. And the last, a cone. It's a solid figure. Excellent. Now, let us summarize the lesson. What is the difference between a plane figure and a solid figure? The difference between plane and solid figures is their dimensions. Where a square is a plane figure, its 3D counterpart, the cube, is a solid figure. The same comparison exists between a circle or a plane figure and a sphere, a solid figure. Individuals create plane figures by connecting points on a grid to create 2D geometrical shapes. The same shape takes on extra dimension by adding additional points and lines to give the shape height, width, and depth. Now, let's have another activity. You need to sort out the figures into their corresponding columns. So again, all of you will receive a printed materials that you need to answer and pass it on Friday. You may now start. Okay. To continue, let us list out the names of 2 and 3D shapes. You need to write your answer on a piece of paper and send it via messenger. You may start. Number 1 is a triangle. Very good. Number 2 is a square. Number 3 is a rectangle. Number 4 it's a circle. Number 5, a diamond. Next, for the 3D shape, number 1 is a cube. Number 2, it's a pyramid. Number 3, cylinder. Number 4, is a sphere. And the last, number 5, it's a cone. Very good, class. Now, let's have your final activity. You need to find the plane shapes in each solid figures. Again, for your answer, write it on a piece of paper, have a screenshots, and send it via messenger. You may now start. And now, for your assignment, list down all the plain and solid figures you see in the picture and draw them in your long bond paper. You may now start. I hope you learned something today. Goodbye. Happy learning. Salamat.